wife had told me that she give the lawyer $10,000 and the rest of it was stolen, which I knew was a lie. But then I got a hung jury on that and was waiting for a retrial. And I needed more money from my lawyer, so I went down to Little Rock, which is about 150 miles away, and robbed two supermarkets on Friday night before I was supposed to go back for retrial on Monday morning, get the lawyer his money, and got caught for that.
Was Leavenworth prison as bad as the one in Arkansas?
No, Leavenworth prison was like an old folks home compared to Arkansas. I worked in the furniture factory while I was there, and you get paid 25 cents an hour. That's $2 for an 8-hour shift. And every 6 months you'd get a nickel an hour raise. And by the time I left there, I was making a little over $150 a month. And you could spend, I think it was $15 a month in the commissary for cigarettes, candy, ice cream, stuff like that.
Well, with that being such a long time ago, how did you get your life straightened out over the course of all these years?
Well, I was in El Dorado jail in 1975 and waiting to go back for a retrial on the bank robbery and waiting to go to trial in Little Rock on the 2 armed robberies. And my father died that year, and that same month in January. And I wanted to know what happened when you died, so I started reading the Bible. And I've been reading it ever since. I became a member of the Church of God. That was in 1975. I became a member of the Church of God in January 1978. And still am a member of that church today.
Well, thanks again for sharing your autobiography with us, Grandpa. What do we do if someone asks how to get a copy of that?
Well, it's being sold on Amazon and in hardback, softback, and paperback, and e-books, and then it's been on iTunes and
Barnes and Noble, right?
Barnes and Noble, and so it's available. And over in England, they're selling it through BMW Books. And anybody that's ever been in prison or had a family member in prison would be interested in reading this book. It tells about, I was in 5 different prisons, 3 in California and Arkansas and Kansas in my lifetime. I was in 20 different jails in my lifetime. I had done a lot of wrong things in my life. I was counting up the other day, and I committed 29 armed robberies of supermarkets and liquor stores, and 1 bank robbery that I can remember. There might be more that I hadn't thought of, but I only served that 1 prison sentence in Arkansas for armed robbery because the Constitution reads that you have the right to an attorney and the right to a fair and speedy trial. and that's in the Constitution of the United States. Well, we file writs in each county where we had detainers from. Well, we had 7 from Louisiana, 3 from Alabama, and 3 from Florida. And they said, no, we'll try you when Arkansas gets through with you, and not before. So, we appealed that to the state Supreme Court of each state, Louisiana, Alabama, and Florida. And they said, no, Arkansas, we'll try you when Arkansas gets through with you and releases you. And then there was a case later that was ruled on by the Circuit Court of Appeals in Richmond, Virginia, that said if you had been locked up 1 year or more and had asked for a fair and speedy trial and been denied, the detainers were no longer valid. And so I cut that clipping out of the paper and sent it to the federal judge in Little Rock and asked him to consider my letter as a writ, me being not trained in law and not knowing the proper procedures for a writ. But anyway, he immediately wrote down to Arkansas to tell them to send those detainers back if they're no longer valid. So then, it wasn't too long later, I got out on parole. That's pretty good.
Joe, what's the name of your book?
Joe Walker on the Long Road Home. There's other Joe Walker authors, and there's another book published on the Long Road Home. So I had to put Joe Walker on the Long Road Home to make it different to what was already copyrighted. I was gonna bring in the book and show it, but I forgot to bring it. So, that's the story of my life. If anybody wanna know all the details, just get a book and read it. Or you can download it on your computer for $10 and read it off of your computer.